So that last meditation was actually taught as a standing meditation. Right? So but the same moves, right, coming out, but just standing. Yeah? So you can see that you can do it seated or standing. Yeah, and learn to curl and let me get a little closer. Yeah, learn to curl and spiral the palms like this. Sometimes you can really create a big spiral. The fingers pointing straight, right? Pointer finger pointing straight, thumb more upright, kind of an L. Visualizing an L shape over there, and then the three fingers spiraling from there. Okay, we're doing standing surgery. That's why the chair is on the side. Okay, so looking at the shifting, right? So just reviewing all those things, right? Form is number one. Yeah, it's funny. The more I look at it, I realize, form is number one. You have to have structure. So even people say, throw away the forms. They still do forms, right? They still do drill and practice because form is important. It's proper mechanics. It's physics. It's kinesiology, right? Study of motion, how your body works, the anatomy, and such. And you try not to waste energy. So, I see all these videos, and mostly young people, of course, and still do a lot of physical movements and bend body and contortions. And when you do movements, you have to remember, what's emphasized to me is that when you're doing certain movement, that's training, right? And to be strong and to train. But really, when you want mobility, right? Mobility is you want to be relaxed. You want to be able to just move on a dime, right? Move anytime. You want to be flexible. You don't want to be concreted into the ground where you have to unlock and then move, right? You want to just use as much energy as you need to. You don't need all the muscles tense at the same time, right? You need the main muscle for that movement, right? Doing most of the work, and then all the other supporting muscles flexible and supporting as you need. If you shift a little, you turn a little, right? Then different muscles will activate. But you don't want them all super strong, all 100%, right? Then that's not mobile. You can imagine standing like a tree, relaxing the roots, but the tree can sway, right? Even a big solid tree, if you're standing on one side and I'm standing on the other side and we're both leaning against the tree, or you put your ear, right? If I slap the other side of the tree, even if the circumference or the diameter is like 10 feet, if I tap it, you'll still feel that vibration. It's alive, right? It can still move, right? It's not as solid and immobile as we think it is. And so remember, when you're doing exercises, that's what they are. They're exercises. If they're muscle building exercises, you're building muscle. But when you move, right, you have to study movement, and you have to let go of the muscles, right? You build them up so you can use them. You don't do the movement exactly with the same amount of strength and rigidity as an exercise might be. Okay, so reviewing all those things, right, and changing how you look at movement, letting the joint fold, right? Think of the joint, right? Like I said, if the door is not working, right, we're doing all kinds of things to the door, and then finally we just put a little drop of oil in the hinge, right, the joint, then everything works. Then the door swings the way it's supposed to do, right, if the form is correct. All right, so just reviewing, right? If my hands are here, just to show me if I'm turning or not, relaxing, right? If you relax into this joint, right, you still have to let it fold back so the knees don't come forward. But if we don't turn, right, you can feel all the muscles grabbing. But if we release and allow this joint to turn, you can feel the muscles starting to let go. You can feel right in the center, has to be really strong. But you can release the bottom of the feet, right? If you don't turn, right, and you're straight, and relax the bottom of the feet as much as you can, right? You can't relax all the way. You don't realize it until you allow this joint to fold, and you can feel that release, right? And you fold and sink enough, the other heel starts to release. And as you release this leg, you have to force yourself in the beginning to relax and let go and sink even a little bit more. And as you pick up this leg, don't do this. Yeah, you have to train yourself. Don't muscle the move. Relax. Let the proper muscles work and do the work that they're meant to do. And that's how we develop those muscles correctly, right? So you experiment first, right? Don't turn. And there's a purpose for not turning, right? To develop, or if you need that kind of strength, right? And then study, let it turn, see how that releases. And as you release that leg, think right in here, let go, let go, let go, let go, right? Let go, let your body sink, right? But if you tense and press up, then you're fighting, right? You're forcing that joint not to fold, right? So you're forcing it open, right? That's resistance, right? So you cannot fully relax. So if we want to pick up, you want to pick up the left leg or right leg, right? I want to pick up this leg. I have to shift all my weight over, fold into the joint, right? And then let it turn, right? Then this leg can pick up. Then from here, if I want to turn back, I can turn back, right? Or I can keep on turning, or I can go forward. Now that the leg is released, so this stays folded. If I want to pick up this leg, right, then I have to shift back. When I hit center, I'm going to be square. But as I move over, let this turn, let this fold, sink and relax. And then if I want to turn, I can turn. Okay? And if I want to step up, I can step up. If I want to release the back leg, then I have to turn, right? I have to shift my weight and turn. Then this releases, right? And then I can turn whatever direction I want, walk whatever direction I want. Right? As I shift to this leg to release that leg, right, I have to turn, let this joint fold. As this foot releases, relax and sink, let everything go. Let the muscle do the work it wants to do. So you shift to one side, you have to turn, that releases, right? You can step in or you can walk in place, right? You release that leg, you have to turn and sink, that releases, right? You can step out, you can step in, whatever you need to do, right? So it's turning, right? Turning and releasing, letting go, right? Letting go. It becomes dance, right? That's the. So if you want to salsa, you're just more upright, relax, right? Relax. You shift, you have to turn, that releases. You shift, you have to turn, that releases. And what happens is you just flow in the move, right? You don't wait all the way, you're already turning. You don't wait all the way, you're already turning. You're already turning, and instead of being down here, you're just more upright and relaxed. And then you turn, relax the hips. You have to let everything go, right? And then the salsa. And if you put your hand on your lower tendon, right, then it's the salsa. If you release one hand, it's salsa, right? There, you see it come out. See it come out, Marion? It's funny, right? You think, wait a minute, we're doing Taichi Qigong. What are we doing dancing, doing salsa? Because it's how to move. Right? So if you're going to do hula, you're going to do salsa, you're going to do belly dancing, you're going to do Tahitian, you cannot have tension in your hips, right? All those types of movements require this to be totally loose and allow it to turn, right? So if you're stepping and turning and turning and stepping and turning, if you're way down here and you're just focusing on muscle movement, you don't you don't really realize the dance is coming out until you come up a little higher, or you just think of your hula class or whatever class. So when you go to those classes and they tell you to turn, you have to think of what we're learning here and say, oh wait, turn means let the joint fold. Oh, I turned. Right? Turn means let the joint fold. Oh, I turned. Right? So if I'm teaching a form where I say, oh, you have to turn 45 and the feet have to turn and you have to slide back and toe to heel, right? I can do it that way. I say, that's the form, right? I show you every part of the form. Or I can say, shift to this leg, let yourself fold, let this leg just release. It's going to turn by itself, and then slide that leg, and it's toe to heel. So if you let the joint fold, the form comes out. And then it's small movements to understand what form do you want, okay, from there. Okay. So a little review from that, but funny, yeah? You're going to take Taichi class, internal Kung Fu class, and apply it to your dance moves. Okay, so if we want to circle walk, so let's apply this. If I want to walk in a straight line, I still have to do the same thing. I have to shift, I have to fold, so this leg is released, and I'm just going to consciously walk in a straight line. Right? So I shift, I have to let this fold. I'm going to consciously bring my foot back. Right? Right? Walk in a straight line. Right? So I'm holding the position of my foot. Right? I'm not allowing the foot to turn. Then we'll walk in a straight line. We'll walk straight line this way, straight line that way. But if I turn, and instead of forcing the straight line, and I just release the leg, when I release, if you really relax, then the leg wants to turn. So if I turn and I release, and in a very relaxed, and I let it come out, I'm actually stepping in front now. Right? So I shift and turn, I release this leg, and I just let it go, relaxed to the side. It's going to step forward. Right? Let me show you this side so you can see the foot. Right? I shift this way. I can either force myself to walk in a straight line or release that tension. Right? My hip's going to turn, so when I walk side, it's actually coming forward. Right? And then I shift and I turn. Just let this leg come in, and I can either set it down, or as I'm setting it down, I can turn, and allow this foot to start turning, rotating, because I'm turning. Right? Pick up this leg. As I release this tension, the leg will turn. So when I step, I'm starting to step in a circle. Okay? Now, because this is free, before this leg even steps down, I can start turning and then step. Right? So this leg turns, and then I keep on turning. This leg picks up, I release that tension. Right? It turns, and turn, and before I step down, turn. Keep on turning, release that tension, and all of a sudden we're circle walking. Right? Come up and turn. So right here, if you turn, right, it's like you winding up the spring. Right? So when you release, you're going to just spring back the other way and step. And all of a sudden you're circle walking, because you're not forcing yourself to walk in a straight line. Okay? And again, it's not one better than the other. It's what do you want to do. Sometimes you need to walk in that straight line. Sometimes you need to turn. Sometimes you just want to turn. So you study that movement again, right? You're going to shift, and you pick You let this turn. You let the joint turn. Right? This leg will release, and you can either step in a straight line. You can reach with your toe. You can reach with your heel. You can reach with the whole instep, right? Or you can let this turn, let the whole waist turn, and just naturally step to the side. Right? Release this leg. You have to turn. Right? So this will come in a little, right? Or you can keep it out depending on the form. Right? Right now we're talking about relax, so you let this turn, and then as you pick it up, you can rotate it out, and then step, right? And then keep on rotating. This leg will come in, and then turn. Right? So turn to release, and then turn and step. Keep on turning, release, and step, turn, and turn. So if you're trying to learn Bagua, right, the Bagua has what they call L step, right, where let's see a little closer. Right? So the heel, my heel is coming to the toe. Right? So stepping like this, right? Or trying to go even more, right? So if you look from the back, right? So the right angle or turning even more. Really flexible, right? They can instep like this, like ballet dancers. So it can be that L step or what they call the T step. So T step is the foot like this, right? So L step out here, T step over here. So T step would be, this foot would be in the center, right? Or I guess you could T step this way too. Right? So how do you do that? You do it by same thing, right? So I want to release, I want to do this. So I have to release my right leg, so I have to shift, I have to fold, this releases, and then I have to turn and turn. So when I step, I get that step. Right? So instead of thinking, oh, force the leg to turn, I'm still thinking about the joint. I'm turning and I'm opening up the joint as I walk. And I just have to learn to control how much. And then I keep on turning, right? And I keep on turning. And now I have the T step, and my knees are together. And then I keep on turning, I keep on turning. So I can go L step, keep on turning, T step, right? I just shifting into one hip, and I keep on turning. Right? By shifting here, I release this leg. Right here, by sinking, right, it becomes hidden, but there is a little shift. So when you're learning, right, you sink a little, that'll release the other leg, and then you can turn, and then you keep on turning to release this leg. And right here, I have to shift back to that leg, and I have to turn a little bit to release this leg. But the stepping becomes so tight that you don't necessarily see that release. So you don't see that big turn and turn, but allow it to happen, right? So to pick up this leg, I have to turn, and then this leg can come here. But you might just see people relax, and you don't see this fold. It is in there. So when you learn it, let it fold, so you know what's happening, right? Then this can release. And you can either turn the leg on your own, or you can pull the spine so your whole body turns. Right? And then when you release the spine, you're all wound up. So you release the spine, you're gonna spring. Right? So if I'm pulling my spine this way, and I release this leg, and I let go, right, I might keep on turning. So I could pull and then let go. They will keep on springing that way. Right? If my intent is to go that way, right, I'm going to pull my spine, but I want to go that way. So I coil all the way up, and when I release, I let it spring the other way. Yeah. So again, intent. So it's not only one way. not only the other way, right? Is what your intent is. And then it's practice to be able to do it. So you want that. It's not just, oh, turn your leg and step down, right? You have to pay attention to what are the joints doing, and that will allow this kind of walking to come out, right? So again, if I want to walk in this circle this way to my right, clockwise, right, I have to shift to my left, turn, release the leg, then I can turn, right? And right here I could just keep on winding. If I keep on winding, it'll pull my leg up, right? Or if you're not comfortable, right, you could sit back a little bit, right? So I could come here, right? Fold into here, this leg will release, keep on turning. Right here, I have to shift to this leg and allow a fold into here. So even if you don't see my upper body turning, right, it's still there. If you watch people, they have to, if they look relaxed, if they're picking up this leg relaxed, you should start to recognize that there's a little fold in there. And keep on turning, right? Keep on turning. It's all in the joints. Shifting, sinking into this joint, and then it can release. Sinking, turning into this joint, sinking, turning into this joint, and then it can release, right? And then you can walk in a circle. If you're just trying to force yourself to turn, you're going to get dizzy and go all over the place. But if you take your time and you just focus on joint, let the joint fold, let the joint fold, then they'll come out. If you want a big circle, similar. So you're stepping out, right? Then you can turn and you can shift, turn, this leg releases, you just take a bigger step, right? Have to let this fold, so this releases, turn, just take a step, right? Turn, and shift, so there'll be a little bit of turn here somewhere, but I want to go this way, so as I'm landing, I'm turning, stepping, turning, fold to the joint, release, step, fold into the joint, right? And then turn. So if you explore the joint, make it about folding the joint, then you'll find, wow, I can start moving. It becomes more flexible. I'm not fighting my legs. I'm not fighting my upper body, right? I can forget about my upper body because 100% in the joints. Relax. Don't try and hold yourself, and just let your body sink and balance. Okay? So, yeah, really study this movement. Study the joints. Okay? So to review, if you're not going to turn, you still have to let this fold. A lot of times, yes, if you let the butt stick out, right, you let this fold, then the knees won't come forward. Right? You don't want the knees shooting forward. You just want it to fold. And a lot of times as you're learning this and you do it, your weight tends to go to your heel. So you have to learn to shift your whole body. Right? Not bending at the joints, but just shifting your whole body, like tilting a solid object, right? So you learn to make that adjustment so you can feel it right in the center. So as you're folding, if you feel your weight going back, you have to just lean your whole body forward a little bit. And then slowly, as you're learning, you have to learn just to make that little adjustment so your weight stays there. And remember, where the knee is in relation is relative. So if my body is leaning, if I'm leaning here, right, if I'm tilted forward, then straight, perpendicular is not necessarily up and down, right? Perpendicular could be at an angle. So yeah, be careful of where you're looking the relationship of your leg from there. Okay. So we'll just run through the form to end today. Let's see. I'll face my back. as we're learning. So in the so we'll even add that training to the beginning, right? The set starts with the feet 45, relaxed, right? And coming up, and then you're gonna shift to one side, release the leg, right? Roll the ball and step out, come out. So we'll add that study of the hip joints right to the beginning. So we'll start with the feet together, and then we'll open up the feet one at a time. So I'll do it same side as you. Let's see. It really doesn't matter, but we'll open up your left foot first. Okay, so that means you have to shift to your right, let it turn, release this leg, release the left leg so your left turn can turn out. Right, then shift back, fold into your left leg, and then your right leg can turn, and then come back to center. Right, and now you're probably squatted a little bit, so rise a little bit, and then just drop. Right, have that release, and just drop right into place. So with my back to you, we'll practice that shifting right from the beginning. Right. So the feet together, so we're gonna shift to the left, let the joint fold, let the body turn to the right so the left leg fully releases, then turn the left leg 45, and as you shift back, you're going to swing back to the center. As you shift to the left, let the joint fold so your body turns to the left, your right foot fully releases, and then you can open the right foot 45, and then come back, right? And then rise a little bit, and release from there. Hold the ball, and as you breathe in, bring the hands up, relaxing the feet to the top, and then sink a little bit as you bring it to your heart. Okay, we want to step up with the left, so you have to shift to the right and turn. Let the joint fold, let the left heel release. As you release the left heel, relax into the joint, and then just unfold the leg. Then we want to step up with the right, so we have to shift our weight back to the left, rolling the ball all the way down. And you have to fold into the left joint, left hip joint, so the right leg can release, and then step, and then come back to center. And then come back. And one open and close. Okay. So as we're learning, allow the movement to be large so you can study the movement. Okay, so from here, we'll start from here. I'll go same side as you, right? So from here, just unlock. Just as the hands come up, right here you sink and start shifting and turning into your right, so the left leg can release. Right? Let the body turn to the right, and then just let it step out, and then shift to the left. Let the body turn and fold into the left hip while the hand is rolling down, and then sink all the way, and then come back to center. Hands are out and back, and then one open and close. Okay. Now let me turn sideways so you can look at the coordination of hands and feet, where it's going and such. So you can go straight whatever is comfortable for you, starting with the feet 45. And so picking up and sinking. Already shifting and turning to my right, the left heel releases, right, steps out. You can feel the hand, right, we talked about earlier, the hand can help to hold the left leg and help to move the body and sink, and then you have to turn and fold into the left hip. So the right releases, rising with the leg, stepping, and then center out and relax. Stir them up. Okay. So hopefully you can feel how the hand helps to pick up the leg and helps to move the leg. And if you allow the hand to help to connect and move the leg, then hey, there's the form coming out, right? There's the form together, sinking together, picking up together, releasing, and then coming center and expanding. And then it makes sense to you. The coordination will make sense. All right, I'm going to face my back, and we'll start with the feet together, and then we'll just run through the set. Okay? I'm going to stretch the back of my knees and then relax. I'm going to shift to my right and let it turn so my left foot can open. Shift to my left, let the left hip joint turn so my right leg can open. I'm going to rise a little and then sink. Take one breath. Feel my head suspended from above. My tailbone tucks in a little. Bottom of my feet relaxed. Relax my throat, my chest. Let my lower belly breathe and open the top of my head. Connect the sun in the sky to the sun in my chest. Inner smile. Feel my palms expanding and the fingertips being gently pulled. And let my body be pulled and expanded from externally. Take a deep breath. Let it out. And then begin. Commencement. Shift and turn. Let my left hip fold. And then I can turn to my right and release my right leg. Turn a little into my right hip and then open, raising my palms. Shift, turn and fold into my left hip so my right leg can step in. And one sow 3 times to the right. Feeling how my palms are helping to control my legs. If I release that energy in my palms, then my legs really have to work hard. Let my body fold into the left and then shift. Come back to center. Single whip on the left, so I have to shift and fold into my right hip. And then I can step, shift, fold into my left hip, and I can turn. Fold into my right to release my left. Use my palms to keep my legs up. Relax and fold into my left hip. Right hand helps to bring up and hold the right. Come back to center. I'm just going to shift myself a little bit to make more room. Left. Fold into my left so my right foot can free and turn. Turn back into my right hip joint. Release my left and then I can turn and step and brush my left knee. Fingertips being pulled and the palm being pulled, lift the sternum and fold into the left to release the right so it can follow step. Turn the palm center. Keep folding into the left so you can step back with the right. Sit on the right and fold into the right. Let the body turn. Release the left. Hupipa. Hold the people. Keep folding into the right and step out with the left heel and twist to the left. Right hand under. Shift forward and keep folding and turning into the left. Right fingertips being pulled forward. Twist, shift, and fold into the right hip. Left fingertips being pulled forward. Releasing the left foot. Step and cover. Perpendicular. Shift, fold into the left. Hands make fist. Right leg releases. Right leg steps back. And sit back and fold into the right. Release the palms. Gather. Fold into the right and step. Shift forward. Lift the sternum. Double palms pushing the mountain. Fold into the left so the right foot can follow step. Heel down. And then, where are we? So come out. And turn back to the front. Shift to the right. Fold into the right so you can turn back. I'm sorry. Let's go from here again. Stepping up. Step up. Step back. Fold into the right. Release. You can turn back. Double palms pushing the mountain. Right foot follow steps. You have to fold into the left. The heel stays up. Sorry, that was a mistake. You sit back. And now you can swivel back to the front. Right foot down. Shift. Fold into the right. Left foot adjust. And open and close. Sternum up. And we want to turn to the right. So we have to shift to the right. Fold into the right so the left foot can turn. Just where the knee touches, right? And then sit back and fold into the left. As the left hand rises, the right foot releases. Then you can turn. Shift fingertip to the heart and then heart energy. Fold so the left foot can follow step. Heel down. Release that energy. Start letting the palms come to the center. Fold into the right so the left foot can step back. Sit back on the left. Fold into the left. Let the right hand come and release the right leg. Hupipa. Right heel. Fold and twist. Left hand fingers pulling out. Fold into the right so the left foot can release. And then twist left. Right hand under. Shift, fold into the left so right foot releases. Right hand covers. Fold into the right. Grab and punch. Left foot can follow step. Heel down. Sink into the right hip so you can step back. Roll back. Sink into the left hip so you release. Double palms pushing. Lift the sternum. Fold into the right so left foot releases. Heel stays up. Come back. Turn. Let the left foot turn. Shift. And then turn and open and close. I'm going to readjust myself back to the center. Okay. We're going to turn brush knee to the right. So the left foot has to turn, so we have to shift to the right. Turn. Sit. Fold into the left. Right leg is free. Pull the fingertips forward. Release that heart energy. Left foot follow step. Heel down. The heel comes down. Let that energy flow out. And then step back. Sit back and fold into the left. As you release the right leg, the right hand comes up with the leg. Then up. Gets pulled down. Then release the spine and the palm gets pulled upwards. Pull the spine a little to the right and then step and release. Heel down. Release that energy and then step back. Rock the right foot up, right? Sink into the left to fully release that right leg. Right? And then pull, the fingertips being pulled and spiral to the right. Pull the spine to the right and then release. Left leg follows. Right? Swivel back to the left, the front. Left and then right, open and close. I'm going to brush knee on the left side. So shift to the left, fold. Shift to the right, release the left. Step, brush. Sink into the left, release the right. Sink into the left, step back, leisurely tying the coat. Sit, fold into the right hip. Pick up the left leg. Turn back to the front. Pull the spine to the right. Release the spine. Feel the palms being lifted out. Fold into the left. Right foot releases. Right foot back. Sink. Fold into the right. Release the left foot. And the fingertips being pulled into that spiral. Release. Release the spine. Turn back to the front. One, close. Shift to the right, turn to the right to release the left foot and let it slide back a little while the hands open. Sit back on the left, fold into the left while the right hand drops and the right foot starts turning. Shift back left, turn, fist under elbow. Sink into the right to release the left and step. Shift to the left, let the left fist come out. Right foot follow steps. Release that energy. And keep the weight on the left, so fold even more into the left. Right hand comes up, so the right foot can keep on turning, so I'm facing your back. Right? Left foot releases, and then I can turn all the way to face your back. Lift the sternum, brush the left knee. Fold into the left so the right foot can release. Right? Sit back on the right. Left hand up. Left foot free. Keep folding into the right so the left foot can turn. And then shift to the left. Fold into the left to release the right. And step and brush the right knee. Fingertips and then heart energy. Fold into the right. Left foot releases. Shift to the left, right hand up. Sink into the left hip so you can turn the right foot to the left. Left foot releases, brush the left knee. Heart energy. Sink into the left so the right foot can shuffle up, follow step. Step back, leisurely tying the coat. Pull the spine to the right, fold into the right hip, release. Pull the spine to the right, release. Step up, drop into the left hip. Okay. Right foot follow steps, right foot back, sink back to the right, release the left, and spiral. Sink into the left so the right foot can follow step and turn back to the front. Shift to the right, shift to the left, Fold so the right leg can release while you expand and sit. Left hand drops, fold into the right so you can turn. Sit back, turn into the left to release the right. And then left fist on the right elbow. Step up, fold into the right, let the left fist come out. Keep the weight on the right. We're going to turn to the right. I'm going to face your back. And keep on folding into the right hip. Left hand, repulse monkey. Sit back, turn a little to the left to release the right. And then brush the knee. I'm facing your back. Lift the sternum. Sink so you can release. And step up. Sit back to your left. Turn, right hand rise, turn to your left. The right foot can keep on turning. Turn to your right. Fold into your right hip to release the left. And then turn. Fold into the left. Follow step. Stay folded in the left so you can step back. Release. Pull the spine. Release. Step up. Right foot follow step. Fold into the left. Right foot back. Open the left arm. Spiral left. Pull the fingertips. Release the spine. Oh, where are we? Yeah. Am I facing the right way? What happened? What happened? I got turned around, yes, somewhere. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, just come up and down. Sorry, I got turned around somewhere. I didn't finish a turn. Oh no. You don't know how many times that happens. Yeah. And you do it by yourself. It depends what you're thinking on, right? I'm thinking so much about how the mechanics of folding that if I turn the wrong way, right, I forget the form. But the form is just which way I'm turning. The form of how you're moving and where your hands are, that's a little bit more important for what we're doing. So sorry about that. Yeah. I'm sure you'll go back, some of you will go back, look at the video. Ah, right there, he made a mistake. Loosen up the legs. Maybe I won't post this video. All right, we'll end class. Yeah. So I hope thinking about the joint helps you with your movement, helps you study where the muscle goes, right? We want to get it out of the knee joint into the quads, right? And not the whole leg, but just the muscles that really have to work. You have to let go, have to relax to allow that to happen. So even if it's just going up and down, and even if it's just this shifting, let go, right? Only that movement, let go, right? In other words, stay away from when you release this leg, tensing, right? Practicing, let go, right? Really listening to inside of that joint. You have to change whatever habit you've had for 10, 20, 30, 40, 60 years, whatever it is, right? Rethink how you do something. Allow yourself to change. Allow yourself to experiment and do different things. And relax. Let the legs just rest and sink into the earth. Top of the head lightly being pulled. Smile. And just sink everything down to your lower dantian. Let your lower belly expand and contract. Relax all your facial muscles, but smile from the heart area. And then remind yourself to connect that sun in the sky through the top of your head to the sun in your chest. Any distractions, acknowledge it, and bring yourself back to your meditation. Slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together, shake it all out. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Marion, Sylvia. Anybody else who's watching this afterwards, I'll try to get this video out within the next week. See if I can. I'm trying really hard to catch up. Oh, it's not easy. It's the older videos are the hardest because the color is all messed up. And then once the color is corrected, then it gets faster and faster and faster. But yeah, sometimes I set it in the morning or at night, right? Go to sleep, let it render, let it copy, or just let it go during the whole day and then come back and edit it. So sometimes it's one a day. If I'm lucky, two a day. If I'm lucky, at least one a day, then I can catch up. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
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 Thank you, Marion. Thank you, Randy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, Yvonne.
You're welcome, but I didn't do anything.
Thank you, Yvonne. I'll see you next week.
Okay. Thanks, Susie, again. Bye.